I did something I wasn't planning on doing, and I went ahead and I ordered the Nothing Phone 3A. I've had a lot of people ask about it. A lot of people asked about it last year, and there's a reason that I didn't cover them last year. Apparently, Nothing and I had a difference of opinion on what I thought was a good phone, and they didn't send the phone to me. Anyway, I had actually talked to them. I was supposed to be getting one of their review units. I was supposed to be in the first order. They're like, "Yeah, we're going to send you one before it comes out." Blah blah blah. And then everything got announced, and looking at the price and the specs and all that different stuff, it just, to me, I said I thought the OnePlus 11 was a better value, and it got some decent traction on Twitter. And then all of a sudden they just ghosted me. They stopped talking to me. They're like, "We don't have a review unit for you anymore. Sorry, we can't help you." So apparently they did not like that I said that you should buy the OnePlus 11 instead, which I guess maybe could be understandable because Carl Pei used to be with OnePlus and now he has the Nothing brand. So yeah, I thought the OnePlus 11 was a better phone, and I think that it still is. Or was it 12? Whatever. Anyway, it was like a year ago. So now we have the Nothing Phone 3A and the 3A Pro. And they look like they're priced well now for what they are. They look like they've got a decent set of capabilities, and I will test it out whenever it gets here. I went with the 3A instead of 3A Pro. I feel like the 3A is probably going to be an overall better value for most folks, and it starts in the US at $379 with 256 storage, 12 gigs of RAM. It's got like a 6.77-inch display. It's got two different 50 megapixel cameras on the back. It's got the telephoto. It's like a periscope telephoto, which I guess they think is important this year. So it's got some decent features, 50-watt wireless charging. It's got like an IP54 rating. It doesn't have like an official, there's no IP68 in it, and it doesn't have Gorilla Glass. It has something called Panda Glass, which I've never heard of, but I don't know. Maybe they like practice trying to scratch it with bamboo or something. I don't know what Panda Glass is, but there are definitely some things that are not there. The brightness on the screen goes up to, I think it's like 3,000 nits max brightness or something, but the high max brightness is 1,300 nits, which is okay. It's going to be lower than some of the other phones that are out there, but still it should be perfectly fine. The weight, I was looking at the weight, and it was like 212 grams or something. It seems like it's a little heavier than it should be, but it's got a 5,000 milliamp battery. It's got decent charging on it, and it's got 5G and all that great stuff. So it'll be interesting to test out whenever it gets here, but I think that it's priced well at $379. I think it was four something. It wasn't too much more for the Pro model. There's not a lot of distinction between the two of them that you're going to get in day-to-day performance, and I think the A series lines up pretty well, especially the Pixel 9a. We're expecting that to come out pretty soon. And then we know that the iPhone 16e just came out. And I think that nothing's been trying to find an alternative for people who like the iPhone. Of course, they've got the flashy little glyph lights and all that stuff on the back, but they make their phones look and seem very similar to the design of iPhones. And then on top of that, they make their user interface look very similar and things like that. So they've tried to stand out as being the iPhone, like if you want an iPhone on Android, kind of, I guess. And I guess that's an okay strategy. But I thought they were overpriced, and I thought that they just weren't good enough last year. I felt like they kind of pulled the rug out from under people. They came out with a good offering at a good price for the Nothing Phone. Then the Nothing Phone 2, they're like, all right, we're going to charge you way too much money for a phone that has last year's technology. And now this year, it's got a Snapdragon 7 Generation 3, which I'm okay with. I don't have a problem with a brand like Nothing having a 7 Generation 3. The Snapdragon 7 Generation 3 is a very good chip. I've used it before, and it's something that gives you good performance, but it also has good power profile, has a good battery life profile, and it'll let you do pretty much whatever you want to do. Are you going to be able to play AAA games maxed out? No, but that's not the purpose of the A series phone. Like, if we're calling it a Pro phone, I would expect them to have a different chip, but oddly enough, the Pro has the same chip, which I don't really get that, but at least the price I think is fair enough to reflect the chip that it has in it. So I'll give them that. And then the cameras, I'll have to test all that stuff out. I don't have the phone yet. I bought it yesterday. I paid the expedited shipping, which is like $12 extra dollars or something. Mine, I think, is going to be here around March the 11th, if I remember correctly. But you can order them now. They've got a blue color as well that looks pretty neat, but you can't order that one yet, which I wanted the blue one. I got the white one. There's like a white and a black one. Yeah, it's an interesting looking phone. There is a decent enough amount of people out there who are interested in it. And I think the Nothing Phone 3A will be a great alternative to the Pixel 9a, and I think also it's a really great alternative to the iPhone 16e, which is significantly overpriced at $600, $599. So I think that Nothing did a great job waiting for the 16e to come out, let people see it, see what you're getting from iPhone, see what you're getting from Apple for $600, and then go, bam, here's our phone with all these different features and all this cool stuff, and it's catchy, it's flashy, and it's going to have decent stuff in it. It's got like 3 cameras instead of 1. 120 hertz refresh rate, all those different things. And oh, by the way, it's $379. So it significantly undercuts the 16e. So I think that's good. And then it's going to be a good alternative to look out there if you're like, okay, I think the Pixel 9a is going to be expensive too. I think it's probably going to be around the $500 ballpark range, just like we saw with the 8a. And I just don't think these A series phones are worth that much money. I think that it's too much money. I think they're overpriced. And I think that they've really lost sight of what a budget phone is. So I think that the Nothing Phone 3a, I think will have some good stuff to offer. I think at the price point, I think it's fair. And I think that you are able to limit some of that because you can't just walk into a Best Buy and go get one. They don't have some of the certifications. They don't have the IP68, all that different stuff. I think the Pro does, but the A doesn't. So for what you get from a performance perspective, from a daily usage perspective, battery life perspective, cameras, I think it's going to be fair, and it's a cool looking little phone. So I think people that are interested in it will probably be happy. Of course, I'll have to get it and review it before I can verify all that stuff. I'm not signing off on it yet. I'm just letting y'all know I bought one and what my thoughts are on it, because I've had a lot of people that have really wanted me to cover it last year. I'm like, screw these guys. I'm not covering their phone. This year is for the people. Like I'm doing this for you guys because I had so many people that have been asking me about it. So I'm going to cover it. I bought it with my own money, and I am going to make a video and review the Nothing Phone 3a. And I'm hoping for a good experience. I'm hoping for a good experience because I haven't used a Nothing phone before, and I'm hoping that it's good for people who are looking to get one, because this is a shiny gold star out there for a good phone. I think will be a good phone at a good price point when everything has been so much more expensive. So we'll see how it is where, the rubber meets the road and performance and things like that. But I'm familiar with this chipset. I'm familiar with the stuff in it. And I think that the hardware selection is very favorable for the price point that they've chosen, and I don't feel like it's overpriced. If it were $479, if it were $529, I'd be like, you know what, this phone is overpriced. But at $379 for the Nothing Phone 3a, I think is very fair. And for people who are looking to get one, it'll probably be a really, really good option, at least from everything I can see at the surface level so far. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, all that stuff, please, of course, go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.